strong off the top. Tigers, Indians, and Cleveland, identical records atop the AL Central. Eric Wedge, he moves Grady Sizemore from lead to the 3 spot. First at bat, oh, Eric is a genius. Off Jeremy Bonderman, first inning struggles continue. Sizemore just 7 for 39 in his last 9 games, 2-0, his 20th. Curtis Granderson facing CC Sabathia, strikes out swinging, strands a runner on third. CC looking for his 15th win. He went 7 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned, and 8 Ks. Omar Infante playing because Placido Polanco had the flu RBI single right there. We're tied, bottom 7. Josh Barfield, 2 on, 2 out. Good game to watch. 8th inning, game still tied. 2 on, 1 out for Travis Hafner. Batting $167 in his last 17 games.
Oh!
And Granderson, when Glove comes to town, he wasn't even on the Skip's original lineup. So Jim Leland, he's a genius also. Travis Burdick saying it looked like they avoided the KO right there because the tie game would have been over. And now we're in the 9th inning, bottom 9. Fernando Rodney gave up a leadoff double. Johnny Peralta, he goes down with the heat. So does Franklin Gutierrez. And then Barfield check bounces according to CB Buckner, and Rodney gets out an inning. Top 10, Joe Borowski facing Gary Sheffield. RBI single. Granderson, who struck out 3 times against Sabathia but walked against Borowski, he scores. Tigers up 3-2. Next batter, Maglio Ordonez on the first pitch after a talk with the pitching coach. Apparently there was a communication breakdown. 3-run homer. Ordonez, AL batting leader at 359, second in RBIs, 22nd there. The Tigers go.
As would be expected, a somber Yankee Stadium with the passing of one of the franchise's legends. There was a moment of silence. The Yankees will all wear Rizzuto's number 10 on their left sleeves for the rest of the season. Jeff Karsten, spot start. Roger Clemens suspended his first start since April 28th. And Royals are up 1, bases loaded for Aubrey Huff. Upstairs, bro. His 9th of the season, 3rd career grand slam. The Orioles are up 5. Karsten's 3 innings, 5 runs, 4 walks. Top 4, same score. Corey Patterson to center field. Melky Cabrera on his horse, of course. Over the shoulder catch, top play nominee. Top 6, Baltimore 8-0. Bases loaded for Huff again off Ron Vallone, his 5th RBI. The Orioles go on to win 12-0. You know, the last time the O's shut out the Yankees and scored at least 12 runs in the same game, 1967, Jim Palmer against Whitey Ford. There's Melvin Morris scoring another one. Daniel Cabrera pitches 2-hit ball into the 7th.
Ostros and Natty Bows. That's what they're saying down in Dundalk. Wild card leader Seattle. They've won 6 of 7. Horacio Ramirez loves pitching in the Great Northwest. The numbers at home very good, but he had a problem in this game. Hung sliders. Alexi Casilla gets a hanging slider, base hit. Ichiro comes up and he's got a hand cannon. But Mike Redmond does beat the throw, and Minnesota's up 2-0. Ramirez hangs another slider in the top of the 3rd, and Michael Kadire will drill the RBI double to left. Torrey Hunter comes around, makes the lead 3-0. Jason Bartlett, one more time. That's hanging, and that one's gone. Solo shot makes it 4-1. Twins, they're looking to snap a 5-game skid. Later in the inning, 2 on for Rondell White, and one more time. It's up in the zone. It hangs, and that's a bloop. Jose Lopez can't make it. Hunter scores again. Kadire scores. They snap that losing skid, and Ramirez, for the first time, beaten at home. So your wild card situation remains status quo as it relates to Seattle and New York. Percentage points for the M's.
Most exciting games at Fenway Park this season, and one of the most anticipated homecomings. John Lester back to pitch in front of the nation. Lester made his first 4 starts of the season on the road. Of course, he's a cancer survivor. Red Sox, 26 games better than visiting Tampa Bay. Lester looking good. He walked the leadoff man, then retired the next 9. There's Carl Crawford, B.J. Upton, and Johnny Gomes there. 7 innings, 1 earned, 4 Ks. Scott Kazmir, this is a battle of good-looking young lefties, both 23 years old. Manny and Big Papi combined 9 for 66 against Kazmir. Veritek, Crisp, and Lugo, they caught the bug at 2. 6 innings, 4 hits, 8 Ks, no earned. 8th inning, Devil Rays up 1 on a sac fly. Bases loaded thanks to Manny Del Carmen. Mike Timlin ends the threat, gets Upton. The Rays just 4 hits.
hits, 9th inning. Eric Gagne heard some boos, gets Johnny Gomes right there, and the nation re-embraces. Red Sox 1-41 when trailing after the 8th inning this season, but the D-Rays bullpen has given up the most home runs in the American League this season. Al Reyes gives it up to Mike Lowell with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. We're tied, and then Jason Varitek, 2 batters later, the ground rule double. Coco Crisp follows, and here comes Varitek. The captain scores. The Red Sox win 2-1. Red Sox announcer Jerry Remy called it the most exciting win at Fenway this season.
In the East, they're in the nation's capital, and the reigning MVP Ryan Howard up with a man on second. The top of the 4th, Sean Hill gets him. It's a good pitcher's duel. Kyle Loesch in a jam, 1 out, bottom 7. Tony Batista with a double to left. Ryan Shush and Nook Logan would come in to score. Nats up 2-0. Top 8, Russell Branyan, who has had a miserable year. He's with his 3rd organization, but reunited with Charlie Manuel, his first hitting instructor in the bigs of Cleveland. His first at-bat as a Philadelphia Philly, as a pinch hitter, Phil Horn with oil and go. And the Phillies now lead 3-2. Bottom 8, Austin Kearns grounds into a 4-6-3 double play. And you summon Brett Myers, who has filthy stuff in the 9th. Ryan Langerhans swinging. He gets the gas face. Then it is Brian Schneider swinging, and then it is Nook Logan swinging. That's it. That's all. Oh, happy day. The Phillies have won 6 of 8.
Atlanta Braves relevant, Giants not so much. John Smoltz relevant in that whole home run thing. He's given up 8 to Bonds, and he hasn't defeated the Giants at home since 1992. 7 starts, 11 appearances. Bonds intentionally walked there, 0 for 1, 2 walks. Chipper Jones with the Braves down 3-0 against Jack Tashner, and, well, home plate umpire Ted Barrett thought it was a strike. Bobby Cox did not, and Bobby Cox gets the thumb. His 132nd ejection. That puts him past John McGraw from all-time career leader. Congratulations. Against Tashner in the 6th, Mark Teixeira, 5th home run in 12 games with the Braves. Wow, it's a 2-run game. Later in the inning, Yunel Escobar up 2 on. He doubles to the wall in right. Brian McCann and Andrew Jones score. He went 4 for 4, Escobar did, and this game is tied at 3. Atlanta went up 4-3. The Giants tied it in the top of the 9th, 4-4. And then Jones against Randy Messenger, 2 on. I know a cat named Way Out Willie. Willie Harris scores, and the game-ending hit. Chipper Jones, 5-4, Atlanta. Well, the Mets are being chased by both the Phillies and the Braves. Orlando Hernandez looking to extend his win streak to 5. He lays down the sack bunt there, a little lay-down Sally, and, well, the pitcher throws the first for the out, but watch Mike DeFelice. Twinkle Toes is not his nickname. Bottom 3rd, same score, bases loaded, and Jose Castilla swing and sway like Sammy K. 5th K of the game. Next batter, Ronnie Paulino popping out to Jose Reyes. El Duque getting it done thus far. Top 4. Bartender, Jack Carlos Beltran. Solo shot off Ian Snell. 21st for the center fielder, and this game tied at 2. Bottom 7, Hernandez. Freddie Sanchez swinging. El Duque, 130 pitches in the game, tied for the most pitches in the Major League this season. 70 strikes, 60 balls in a single ball game. Top 8, tied, bases loaded. Moises Alou has been swinging the bat well, does so again. David Wright and Beltran score. The Mets take a 5-3 lead, and they go on to win this ball game. 5-4 is your final.
Know that? 3 homers in 4 games since being called up. Chris Capuano, though, had his number in this, but that's actually pretty well hit, but right to the shortstop. Hank Hill, 1 for 6, 3 Ks. Prince Fielder, it's business time. Ball's hammered. That's how you hit a home run. His 37th of the season. Chris Capuano staked to an early lead. That's good news. Brewers won his first 7 starts of the season, and that's when it all went terribly wrong, didn't it? Since May 13th, they are 0 for 14 in the games he started, the longest streak of its kind in 10 years. The ERA, over 6 in that span. And it got worse. 2 on, 2 out. Ryan Ludwig, big 2-out knock, cuts the lead to 3-2 as Brendan Ryan and David Eckstein score. 5th inning now. Capuano in a bases-loaded jam. Just 1 out. And Ryan Braun, this guy's been making some huge plays, but that chopper kind of ate him up. Eckstein and Albert Pujols score. Ruled an error on Braun. Capuano would exit 4 1/3, 8 hits, 6 earned runs later. Kip Wells helping himself out. Past Prince Fielder. Jim Edmonds, who was 4 for 6 in Roland's score. 19 hits for the Cards. Brewers lose for the 15th straight time at Capuano Stars.
All right, you don't have to know how to do the new math to figure this out. The Cubs were just 1.5 behind the Brewers before that Cardinals game. Hosting the Reds, Ken Griffey Jr., 9 for 23, 391 career against Carlos Zambrano, who didn't look good in his last start against the Astros. And it's 2-0 Reds. Griffey throwing out there, though, getting a little greedy. Bottom third, Zambrano at the plate. And, well, this is, you know, sometimes you wonder about Big Z because he needs to be concentrating on the pitching right there. Not a good night for him. 7 innings, 13 hits, 6 earned.
Nothing like a good piece of hickory. Jock Jones in a 5-2 games, 2 out, bottom 6 off Aaron Orang, the Reds' best pitcher. Jones, the first Cub, have a ball reach Sheffield Avenue this season in a game. Top 8, Reds up 6-4, bases loaded, 1 out. Carlos Mall against Griffey Jr. 2 out. Your next batter is Brandon Phillips. Fly out. Threat ended until the bottom of the 9th. 6-5, 1 on, 2 out. Mike Fontenot against David Weathers, and Lou Piniella said, man, I thought that ball was out. It was Ivy close. No catch just in front of the wall. Cubs bench and their fans can't believe it. It's 6-5, your final. Well, the Cardinals win, beat the Brewers. St. Louis now trails by just 4.5 in the NL Central. When the Cardinals are still 4 games under 500. Remember, they won the World Series last season.
To absolutely ruin a team is to talk about them in our meeting. We did that. Jeff Francis, 8-0 in his last 11 starts, 12-1 in his last 17 starts. Came out and got beat like a tied-up goat. Kevin Kuzminoff, home run number 13 of the season. Only his 4th, though, at home in Petco, where it's tough to do that. Later in the inning, after walking a couple of batters, Francis, 3-2 pitch to Brian Giles. Called a ball. Bob Apodaca, his reaction tells it all. Next up is Morgan Ensberg, who also homered in this game. That's a walk. And Clint Hurdle's expression tells the story. The next batter is Mike Cameron. He gets a strike, and he spanks it into center field. A couple of runs come in. It's 5-0 Padres after another Francis walk. And again, this guy had been one of the better pitchers in baseball. There's an excuse me situation there from Kuzminoff. Ensberg and Cameron score 7-0 Padres. Greg Maddux pitched to Gem. The Padre pitching staff gets its Major League best 17th shutout.
Dodgers becoming an afterthought in the NL West, and it got us to thinking, you know, it wasn't that long ago, July 27th, they were in first place with a 1-game lead in the division, and then 19 days later, as in coming into Tuesday night, they're in 4th, 6.5 games out of first, and Phillies lost 9 of its last 11. Hosting the Astros, we go a game tied 6th inning. Luke Scott will chase Brett Tomko there. Mark Loretta scores. Joe Bym will replace Tomko. Mike Lamb, sacrifices have to be made. Lance Berkman scores. And then Jason Lane, he goes infield single. Carlos Lee scores. And then Eric Munson joins the party. He singles. And Luke Scott scores. We've seen enough of Joe Bym will bring in Rudy Cienez. And Chris Burke says, well, I'll single, and Lane and Munson score the Astros 6 runs in the 6th off 3 pitchers, but we still got a ball game. 9th inning, it's 7-4. Bottom 9, 2 on, tying run at the plate. Juan Pierre, foul ball. Okay, there's 1 out. Remember, Mark Sweeney's at first, and for some reason, well, Mark Sweeney didn't have his thinking cap on because Mark Sweeney ran to second. And they threw to first, and a giant mistake for the former Giant. And well, the Astros win at 7-4 as Sweeney goes into brain lock. Brad Lidge gets it done. Well, it gets even worse because for the Dodgers, not only are they 4.5 out of the wild card, Nomar goes on the DL. 6 teams in the National League wild card race separated by those 4.5 games.
Kind of quietly, Arizona's the best team in the National League. Young Kim started for them after being waived by Florida. The Marlins manager, Freddie Gonzalez, said of Kim, he is what he is, and we got to him early. Here, Kim throws away the bunt. Hanley Ramirez, whose average is up to 343, scores. 17 pitches thrown by Kim before he was yanked out of this one. He gave up 4 earned runs. Matt Trainer brings in Josh Willingham there. Ugly start for him. It's been even uglier for Dontrell of late. 0 for 9 his last 13 starts. He hasn't won since May the 29th. Here, Chris Young, who had 2 home runs, goes down swinging. 11 Ks for Dontrell. D. Nice looking more like the guy we know, and Miguel Cabrera. guy's nasty. Average 336, 29 home runs. Marlins win 14-5. Don't hurt him. He's one of your better players. Back to the diamond. Angels great at home, sub 500 on the road, and they're 17-37 in Toronto since 1996. Lyle Overbay here, a single to center that brings in Reed Johnson and the Blue Jays, who spotted the Angels a lead, now make it 1-1. Later in the inning, Vernon Wells to Eric Ibar. Yikes. Angels made 4 errors in the game. Mike Scioscia said simply, that was a bad ball game. Aaron Hill blasts this one to left. Alex Rios scores. This follows a sac fly, which made it 2-1. This makes it now 3-1. They would score 4 in the first with the Jays. Roy Halladay was just cruising. Scioscia was much more effusive in his praise of the other team. He said of Halladay, he's an elite pitcher. That's Sean Figgins grounding into a 5-4-3 double play. And then Doc, who didn't have a strikeout in the first 7, starts dialing up the heat. Gets Jeff Mathis there. Top 9, Halladay looking for his 5th complete game of the year, which would be a major league best. Vlad Guerrero, who knocked in the Angels' lone run. John McDonald, levitation, Holmes. Jays win it. Tidy hour and 58 minutes. Kevin Millwood, ERA last 5 starts, 6.5. Salary for the year, $9.8 million. He looked like a $10 million man in this one. Strikes out Alex Gordon, Emil Brown, and Jason Smith. Millwood on the hook for a loss until the bottom of the 6th inning when Gerald Laird steps in and absolutely hammers this 1-0 pitch. If it's foul, it's a strike. It's fair, and it's a home run, his 7th of the year. And the Rangers win by that score. They have an identical record to the Kansas City Royals. Ready for top place?
I'm ready. Top 10 move by him, and at number 9, there was not top 10 defense by the Angels. They had 4 errors. Greg Zahn taking one away from Greg Anderson. At least another swing right there. We'll see more from this game also.
Well, now to be fair, we did show an Eric Ibar error, but this play here is awfully good. We do get a force out right there, but not nearly enough, and no offense either because they were against Doc Halladay. More.
He gets his money's worth.
That's also.
Comes out, you know he's going.
Aaron Harang to Aramis Ramirez. This is a theme from this game. Pitcher to the third baseman. Good play. Harang, though, did not chuck his helmet. The Cubs lose 6-5.
Okay, I'll go theme at number 5. We've got the Rockies Padres, and we've got former Met Kaz Matsui with the fly ball to center, taken away by former Met Mike Cameron. The Padres roll the Rockies 8-0 after hearing Steve Phillips say that the Rockies would win the wild card.
I cannot weave any theme from Tottenham and Everton.
John Tottenham, Neil Everton.
Jolion Lescott. I think Tottenham actually is Pops Mensah Bonsu's favorite soccer team. We know how I feel about Pops.
Yes.
He's not going to be happy. Everton wins